excited to chat to you, Shauna.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and it's so lovely to meet you in person.
It's so lovely to meet you. I just adore what the King's Trust does, and to hear stories like yours, this is what it's all about. Like hearing actual people's experience of not only their lives before finding the King's Trust, but what they've done since. So I want to get to as much of that as we can. First up, before we start, you good? You happy?
I am, yes, thank you.
You're liking the
chairs. The studio, yeah, I love it. Thanks.
I know, they're so cosy, aren't they? So there's so much I want to talk to you about. First of all, let's just start with a bit about you. Tell us where you're from, anything that you think we would love to know about you.
So I'm Shauna. I'm a mum of two and I'm based in Leeds, and I run a therapy business based on play and creative arts.
Which is so up my street, and we're going to talk more about that in a moment. But first of all, let's just get a bit more about your background and your childhood. So you grew up in care. How do you think that impacted, I guess, first of all, you as a child, but also how it's informed who you are today?
Yeah, it's a good question, because we look at the part of being in care, but it's not always talked about what happens before that, of what led to that situation. And I think my experiences have been like self-belief, self-confidence, not feeling worthy enough. All of the things that happened for my parents were always blamed on me. Now, looking back, I can see as a child it was never my fault. But when you're growing up in that situation, always being blamed for something repeatedly means that now it's been challenging to face them barriers, because I'm not only breaking the barriers of what the internal model is, but also recognising that actually I was just a child and it's okay. It was the responsibility was there and not with me. And to break through them barriers has been really challenging. And hopefully we'll talk about the King's Trust as well, but that has been like the turning point for me in being able to do and sit and talk about my experiences too. So
I know
crazy.
One of the things that you've said is that growing up in care, you don't necessarily feel like you've got people backing you and saying, you can do this, this is the path you can take. That's a key element that's missing.
Yeah, we were really lucky that our foster parents were amazing, and we had a really wonderful experience there. But the experiences before have been told, you're not worthy, you don't deserve it, you're not going to do anything, you're not worthy of anything, don't do anything. That repeatedly meant that I didn't trust anyone. So even like the foster carers, even though they had my best interests, my sister's best interests, meant that I didn't believe it, because up until that point, I was on my own. It was just me and my sister. So we had repeated experiences of that, which were really, really tough, really challenging.
And that is a very hard cycle to break when you're that young. Yeah. And that's what's being kind of programmed within you to believe about yourself. That takes an almighty amount of strength to change that sort of mindset. Obviously, the King's Trust, as you said, has been a big part of this. So how did that even happen? How did you even hear about the words King's Trust?
Good question. And I thank my children for that, because I had two children under two, one that was 17 months, one that was a newborn. Yeah, I know.
I just did a face and you're like, yeah.
Exactly.
Exhausting.
Yeah, exhausting.
Madness.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What were we thinking?
Yeah, it's what happens, isn't it? I remember those days, and it's like, you don't know how you get through it. It's bonkers.
And I remember one of the night feeds, you're up all night. And I'm like, my family deserve better. I need more. How can I put myself in a position that means that I can be the parent that my kids deserve? And I was scrolling through social media on Instagram, actually, like 2:00 feed, really late at night. And I came across the King's Trust, and one of the hashtags at the bottom, I'm like, oh, what's this about? I'll have a look. And I ended up going through a rabbit hole of information and was like, okay, well, maybe, just maybe that this could work. But I decided, okay, I can't, it's not for me, it's not going to work. They're not going to like my idea. No. And then I spoke to my partner, Tom, and he was like, just, what have you got to lose? Take the risk or lose the chance. Even if you're not sure, you take the risk. We don't have to believe in anything. I believe in you. I think you can do anything, but take the risk for the kids. And then you never know what will happen. So yeah, that was how I first found the King's Trust, which
I
is
love
crazy.
that is just a random moment of chance. You could have scrolled on to like Katy Perry's lunch. Do you know what I mean? Like it could be any old stuff.
Yeah.
But you happened across that, which is so beautifully fateful. But as you say, it's one thing to come across it and go, that's piquing my interest. That feels like could be an option for me. But then to see it through and to action it, especially when you're a mum, is a whole other thing. So what led you to then getting in touch with them and thinking, this is worth it, I've got to do this?
So I was finishing my postgraduate study as a play therapist. So I was right at the very end of that. And one of the modules was how to set up a business. I'm like, okay, is this another sign that this is where I need to be? Because ultimately I'm supporting myself being able to write this and do this course too. Like, what are the chances that this is happening? So I was like, okay, let's bounce. And having 2 children, I was really lucky to be a part of the first cohort that had it online. So it meant that childcare wasn't an issue because I had 2 kids under 2. I had very limited support. Without it being an option online, there's no way I'd have been able to attend.
God, how brilliant.
It just aligned.
So you'd had your idea, which we're going to get to and really deeply dive into. You'd had that before. What sparked the idea for you to have your own therapy hub?
Great question. So with my background and experiences, we know that trauma, I knew that I needed to access therapy because of the history that I had. And I tried like the talking therapies, and there's a therapy for everyone is what I think we'll take away from that. But I realised that play and creative arts therapy offer opportunities that doesn't attach with shame. So, being classed as an orphan is tough. It's horrible. And to face that reality, which is mine, that you don't know how that's going to be received, and actually do you want to face that? So it offers a layer of protections to be able to dive deeply in the safety of a metaphor so that you're not directly facing everything all at once. You can take it back as far as you can, essentially come back to safety and then go again until you're ready to reach that place. And like now for me, there's always going to be challenges that I face, anxiety, stress. I'm really sensitive to that. But I also know that I have the tools to be able to manage that. And that's come from playing creative arts, which sounds crazy. It's not.
Not at all. I think it's not, but it is just such a beautiful way to not only calm your nervous system, but to also explore and look at whether it's your past or how your brain works at the moment without having to sit there and trawl over traumatic things or keep talking about them. So is play therapy something that you had experienced? Wow. And you knew that it was impactful for you? Yeah.
The thing that makes me passionate about what I do is it helps rewire the brain. And 20 opportunities of play or creative arts versus hundreds of talking. Yeah. So we have more chance of being able to help rewire the brain in a way that's long lasting. And I was like, when I first experienced it, I'm like, I'm not sure. But then on this side of it going, okay, everyone, if you need it, everyone needs the opportunity to be able to have a fulfilling life of whatever that looks like. Passionate for that.
Me too, but I just love how, your passion has created this whole thing. So let's talk more about the business that you're setting up and how the King's Trust helped you bring that to fruition. So it's called Lighthouse Therapy Hub.
Correct, yep.
Tell us about what you do and how it works.
Yeah, so we support, it started as just me as the play therapist, and my jam is children 10 and under. And I'm like, yes, this is where I know that my zone of genius, as we at work like to call it, where it's at, like, I know that if somebody comes in, needs support for this age group, I know that this is where I excel. And what happened was, as families started to come to us, they started to trust us and realised that they wanted to access mental health for themselves, and we're in a unique position to be able to support the whole family. So what it meant was the adults, the mum, the dad, the grandma, granddad, uncles were saying, please, can we see you? I'm like, I'm really sorry, that's not possible. However, would you consider if I found a team, which my team are fabulous, they are amazing, would you consider experiencing therapy through them? And they was like, if you say, we believe in you, we trust you, yes. So the team that we have now, they are fine-tuned, but all have such a unique zone of genius and all complement each other so much. We have an art therapist, a movement therapist, play therapist. There's 2 of us now, and all for empowerment, self-esteem, self-confidence to help support long-lasting change. And it's something that I think if we can, we talk about children, but if we can get to the parents too and support them and give them real-time skills, we're ultimately resetting their path for generations to come. And partly why I'm advocating flying the flag for creative therapies, because it's so powerful.
And it's also sparking so much, I don't know, just sort of like so many thoughts in my head and this sort of like motivation. Like, this is so cool. You're breaking these cycles. You're changing whole families and like sort of generational trauma. So these kids can go out into the world and live their best lives and be, I mean, it must be amazing to see that happen in real time, to be working with kids or whole families and over a course of weeks, months to see the change in them. It must be amazing.
Yeah, it is, to see the end result. And usually when we get to the end result and they're ready to go and to leave, they're non-recognisable. But also to get to that point, the journey is tough. Therapy is hard.
Yeah.
And there is, yes, we provide, like, the Lighthouse is so important to me because it stands strong in all of them storms. And it doesn't matter, like, the personal storms that they're going through, the experiences that they have, we know that we can hold strong for them and be the guardrails for that. But it also means that as they experience the safety net that we provide, they're able to take the self-esteem and confidence out from us and into the real world, into jobs. I can think of one client that has got a new job and has emailed us. He's the first one we've told that he's got a new job because he's just so happy and we've supported him on that journey. And it's so empowering to see that, although the journey isn't easy.
No.
We know the end result to go, we believe in you, even if it's challenging, even if that you find it really tough now, we know that you can make it because I know that I have, and I know everyone with the right opportunity can too. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're sat here talking about your skill set, your genius, what you can offer in the most brilliantly empowering way, which makes me feel like I could burst with happiness. Like, this is what we need, more women out there going, I know my skill set, I've got it to offer. But obviously, coming from a background where that confidence wasn't a given, you are living proof that this works and that you can change, you can rewire your brain, and you can sit here today saying, I feel so confident in who I am and what I've got to offer. It's incredible.
Yeah, massive. There's still worries there, but it doesn't hold me back like it used to. There was a time that I'd be like, no thanks, no, I can't do that. Whereas the King's Trust has offered opportunities to build on skills from before. So yes, I've done the enterprise programme and been supported from that, being a part of the Change a Girl's Life programme. Just like the filming took place in October last year, and for that to go live in March, the difference in me is huge.
Really?
Massive. Yeah. Massive.
Wow. And so let's talk about how the King's Trust has helped you on your journey with confidence, certainly, but also helped you on a very practical note build this thriving business you've got going.
Yeah. Well, there's so many things that the King's Trust support with. It's so hard to pinpoint exactly which one because there's so many different ways that they support. But for me, it was the confidence in me. They believed in me before I believed in myself, which is empowering in and of itself.
You just need one person to go, no, I believe in you.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And it was the King's Trust for me.
And then, so how did they help you on a practical note go, right, you've got a bloody good idea, but how are we going to make this into an actual thing?
So the program that I did was Enterprise, and they offered practical tips like cash flow, business plans, there was so much information, accountancy, all the key skills that you need to set up and run a business, how to support them registering with HMRC, sole trader, all of them things that are actually terrifying to do when you have no idea what to do.
All of it. I'm just like, fingers in ears, la, la, la. The worst.
Yeah, terrifying.
But we need to know.
We do. And I look back on that period now and go, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And the change was that they gave me the knowledge so I could turn that into quite a powerful and meaningful movement for me. And to now sit back and go, okay, I know that if I was struggling with something, trademarking, for example, I can go out and reach the King's Trust and ask for advice and guidance on that. Or actually, my business plan hasn't gone the way that I thought. How can I adapt and support myself to be able to overcome these challenges that we all face in so many different ways?
You don't have to sit there worrying about it on your own.
Nope.
You've got that support network. It's so key. And then tell us about the Change Girls Life campaign that you were part of as well. What did that involve?
Oh, crazy. That was, I was just saying earlier that I nearly pulled out of it. Because,
really? Why?
Yeah, terrified.
Just because you knew it would be something different to do, pressure, just didn't know what it was?
Well, I knew what it was, but I was like, it can't be me. Please, can you go check the name? And Lizzie, who supports me on the Young Ambassador team, and Marissa, I'm like, please, can you just go back and check? Because I don't think you mean me. Like,
they're like,
are you sure?
100% you.
Yeah. And it's like, no, it's fine. But then when you hear like the celebrities that are involved, I'm like, I'm terrified. What if I say the wrong thing? What if I don't show up in a way that I hope to show up or convey what I'm trying to, it is about care leavers. What if I missay something? No, I can't. And the King's Trust wrapped around me essentially to be able to go, it's okay, let's not worry about that. Let's take one step first. And that is get on the train.
Get on the train, babes. Get on that train.
Get on the train and then worry about what's happening next.
Yeah.
And then it's step by step from that. And the King's Trust are like that throughout it.
Yeah.
So they offer support. Like for today, there's just so many different opportunities to be able to support in being able to sit with someone and have them open conversations.
Yeah.
But also to go, it's okay that it's hard, because it is hard. It's not an easy thing to do.
Nope.
But also everyone's rooting for you too. And we are. So
everyone's rooting for you. Not only that, every single person who would have been involved in that campaign, whether they were a celebrity or not, would have been feeling the same. You know, I think that's always the thing to remember, isn't it? That we can go, oh my God, I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But everybody's thinking that. And actually, when you've got people you can lean on, if you feel uncomfortable or out of your depth, that safety net's there again, that you can push through and do something that would have been terrifying a couple of years ago. Yeah. And now you can do it.
Yeah, even like the couple of days before that. And actually it was so empowering. Like to sit now and look back on that. And I say to Lizzie, I say to everyone, that was a massive turning point for me. In my own confidence to be able to say, I don't have to share my short story with shame now. No. Yes, it's a part of my history, but it doesn't define what happens next. That was challenging, but this can also thrive too. Both can co-occur together.
Absolutely.
And that has been... I credit the Change Girls Life campaign for being able to sit and talk openly about my story now, and was the start of something quite powerful and significant, because, wow, I'm sat here with you now being able to talk about the King's Trust and all the amazing things that they do.
Well, and you're a King's Trust ambassador. We need to point that out as well. I mean, that must feel like a lovely badge to wear.
Yeah, I'm so proud.
Yeah.
At home, we work a lot with like children's homes, with schools, and we link them directly. If we're supporting them, we always link them to the King's Trust, because I know that, yes, the support network in the village can go around them, not just us, but let's bring in other people to help these young people thrive. Yes, let's support the mental health and well-being, but let's them also give them opportunities to succeed somewhere else. So we connect a lot with the King's Trust separately, and I'm proud to do that, because look, where I am would not be where I am today without the King's Trust and the support they offer.
That's why I love hearing these stories, because every time I've been at, a King's Trust event and I've met young people who are doing extraordinary things, but you hear the story before that, you see how things could have been so different. Like, this stuff is life-changing, and that phrase gets thrown about a lot, but this is the real deal. This is life-changing stuff.
It is. And it is mentioned a lot, life-changing, but to go from an orphan that has no opportunities, no support network or limited, to now having a business that's thriving, and we're looking for new office spaces, we're looking to expand, like, that is happening for us. The connections that are happening with the schools, and that's happening to me because of what the King's Trust has offered me, like shouting from the rooftops.
And your hard work.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. I'm chuffed to bits for you. So chuffed to bits. And also recently you won the King's Trust Regional Young Changemakers Award.
I know.
How did that feel?
honestly, the experience from the beginning to end was phenomenal. On the day, it was back in January, and we were in this space with so many other young people that have done really phenomenal things, and to sit back and hear their stories and where they've come from and the journeys that they've been on, and being a part of that was really inspiring.
Did you celebrate?
Yeah, my kids did. Actually, we had a phone call from the kids' school that my eldest put a potato up his nose.
As a reaction to the joy.
To come with us.
Oh,
he was sad that he was left out.
Brilliant. What a move.
Yeah.
A potato up the nose.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Who knew? Yeah, obviously it didn't work.
What a genius.
Yeah. Yeah. When we got home, I said, why did you do that? I wanted to be celebrating with you. I'm like, thanks. Much appreciated.
I like his thinking outside the box.
But yeah, the experience for them was amazing in terms of the sponsor of my award. They were so lovely, the feedback from that. But that's the thing that I find the toughest, is hearing them positive things, because it's not something that I've particularly heard before. And I don't necessarily believe it. So to sit and hear that they've read my story and seen that was overwhelming, joyous, but also empowering to another change.
So empowering. Yeah. Well, get ready to celebrate some more, because you're also the King's Trust National Young Changemaker Award winner, Shauna.
Oh my God.
Yes. I'm so tough for you. It's so brilliant.
Oh my God.
I'm so chuffed for you.
Fearne.
Shauna.
What?
What? It's the best. You better get a nice dress ready, because we're going to the awards and you've won it.
Oh my days. Will you be there too?
I'm there, babes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm picking out a frock. We're going.
No way.
Yes way.
No. Oh my God.
You just got to let it sink in. Gotta let it sink in.
And what? Oh mate, Fearne.
I was so nervous to say it. I was like, oh my God, it's so nerve-wracking. I'm so chuffed for you. It is so deserved. Everything you're doing, everything you've achieved, all the adversity you've overcome, you are such a deserving winner.
I'm speechless. But honestly, I also think to come from where I am to now, but also for the play therapy community, for the creative arts, if it means that somebody even connects with someone locally to them, the power that it could change for them, for anyone, like, wow.
Yeah, you're putting that message out there. You're getting the word out. It's so amazing. I'm so chuffed for you. So chuffed. Let's go celebrate.
Yes! Oh my God. I think I need a tissue.
Yeah, let's go there.
Oh my days.
How incredible. Mate, you've absolutely nailed it.